What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another segment of the Metaintro Show. My name is Luis Fausto, VP of Content here at Metaintro, bringing you the best news and headlines that caught our attention this week, and it'll probably catch your attention as well. Today's stories include Spotify doing some shady stuff after mass employee layoffs. Employees are getting even richer from stock options, and over 2 million employees are feeling like they're being timed on their bathroom breaks. Once again, this is the Metaintro Show, and if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel to stay posted on these weekly episodes where I break down this news in less than 5 minutes. That said, let's get into it.
Every day changes, everything is changing. The only thing that remains the same is us. Determination in the crypto and Web3 spaces. You know what they say about us. Hey, the Metaintro Show going live in 4, 3, 2. You know what they say about us. Yeah, the Metaintro Show going live in 4, 3, 2. You know what they say about us. 1.
For our first story, we're talking about some serious mixed signals coming out of Spotify. While they're laying off thousands of workers and talking about tightening the numbers of employees on staff, they're also throwing these huge lavish parties that seem a bit insensitive. Just to be clear, Spotify isn't alone on this. If you guys remember, there was a huge hiring spree during the pandemic, and a lot of these companies are actually tightening up on their staff. As we know, Spotify has already cut thousands of jobs in the past year, and they're saying there's more to come. But here's the kicker and the news that we want to highlight here. While they're telling employees that they got to cut costs, Spotify's also throwing these crazy expensive parties. I mean, we're talking about celebrities, open bars, temporary tattoo stations with the Spotify logo, and anything that you can imagine of these big, high budget parties. And it's not just one or two events. They've actually got these going on from different cities, including Stockholm and New York. Spotify says that these are key to business, as this is a way to promote artists, engage with the listeners, and keep their employees happy. But some workers are calling BS on this. They say it's a slap in the face to be celebrating while coworkers are getting pink slips and obviously laid off. They also point out that Spotify is spending a ton of money flying new hires to Sweden for these intro days that basically just involve hanging out and listening to execs talk. I guess the main question here is what's really going on? Is Spotify just out of touch with reality? Is there a bigger strategy at play? It is a little bit insensitive, but Spotify is facing a tough business challenge right now. The more music people stream, the more they got to pay out the rights to holders, right? So that means their costs are going right up along with their revenue. This isn't exactly what investors are looking for. They're pouring money into podcasts and audiobooks as these are businesses with better profit margins. They're even selling concert tickets now. So I guess to be fair, these extravagant events are probably part of the plan. Maybe they're on a way to generate buzz and excitement for Spotify's new ventures. But if that's the case, they're going to need to show the ROI on this or the return on investment, and they're going to have to do it fast because throwing these parties while laying off employees isn't exactly a recipe for good PR. A question to think about here: will Spotify be back on a hiring spree pretty soon? As this is a developing story, we will keep you posted on this one. And now, a word from our sponsors. Do you need new headshots to put your best foot forward in your job hunt? With BetterShot AI, you can get 120 professional headshots without leaving your house. You can upload 10 casual photos of yourself, and BetterShot takes care of the outfits and backgrounds. In less than 3 hours, your headshots are delivered to your inbox. No photographer, dressing up, or posing required when you use BetterShot AI. Get 120 photos for $25 using code MetaIntro. For our second story today, buckle up for some serious green. I'm talking about Nvidia, the company that's crushing it in the AI space right now. And guess what? They're showering their employees with more cash. I mean, I know we talk about parties right now with Spotify, but talk about a good employer right here, right? Jensen Huang, the big boss himself, is hooking up his team with a special stock grant, the Jensen Special Grant to be exact. This bad boy gives Nvidia workers an extra 25% on top of their regular stock awards. That's a hefty chunk of change, folks, especially considering Nvidia's stock price has skyrocketed over 200% in the past year. We're curious to see if some employees are rolling their eyes with the timing of this. Wouldn't this special stock option be nice maybe a year ago? Now, some folks are speculating this is Nvidia's way of saying thanks for sticking with us in case the stock price dips. But who the heck are we to argue with free money, right? These Nvidia's all-stars are getting richer by the second, with some folks seeing an extra $50,000 in stock options. Not too shabby in this market, actually. Nvidia's Jensen Special Grant is a prime example of how proper employee compensation and rewards can be a huge win-win. By giving their team a bigger piece of the pie, Nvidia incentivizes them to keep innovating and driving the company's success. This isn't new, but it's clear that it works. Happy employees who feel valued are more likely to go the extra mile, and with Nvidia stock on fire, the extra effort translates to even bigger returns for everyone. It's a smart strategy. Again, it's not new, but if you invest in your people, they'll invest in your future. So if you're at Nvidia, I'm a little bit jealous of you. Now for our last story. Big Brother is watching you in the warehouse, according to a new report by Oxfam. The report slams Amazon and Walmart for the excessive surveillance of warehouse workers, saying it's creepy. Over 70% of workers at both Amazon and Walmart are saying that they feel like they're constantly being tracked by cameras and scanners. The Big Brother Act isn't just about catching slackers, it's being used to pressure workers to meet quotas. According to the report, this obsession with productivity is making it hard for people to even use the bathroom and that they feel like they're being timed on those private breaks. Oxfam is calling on these retail giants to rein on their surveillance practices, arguing that squeezing every last drop of productivity out of workers isn't worth sacrificing their health and well being. With Amazon and Walmart being two of the biggest employers in the US, this is a huge issue impacting millions of people. Amazon currently employs 750,000 people in their warehouses, and Walmart employs over 1.6 million associates in the US alone. We'll see how these companies respond, but one thing's for sure: warehouse workers deserve better than to feel like they're being watched. So, as you can tell, a little bit all over the place today. Spotify throwing big parties, Nvidia throwing cash at their employees, and Walmart and Amazon are being a little creepy. So, that's all I got for you today. As mentioned in the beginning of the episode, make sure to subscribe to never miss a beat. See you next week.